Hi everyone, thank you for being here. Steve really liked this song, Never Give Up, and I had the fortune of writing the song with Rita back in 2010, and you know, every time we played it, he would always be dancing. So I feel fortunate to have written the song, and also that he loved it so much, and fortunate now that I can play it. So we're just going to kind of sing some of the lyrics as you watch the video. It takes faith to make your dreams come true. Life has something special right here for you. Everything has a season, a reason to grow. So don't be discouraged by your obstacles. And never give up your right to be happy. Never give up, be all you are meant to be. Things will always come to get us down, and it only gets worse when we start to frown. Let's keep hope alive in our hearts. Smile with gratitude, that's when the magic starts. And never give up your right to be happy. Never give up, be all you are meant to be. I'll never give up my right to be happy. I'll never give up, it's my life for eternity. Never be defeated even if you are mistreated. Stand your ground right where you are. Don't give up on your dreams no matter how hard it seems. Move forward and follow your heart. Follow your heart. And never give up your right to be happy. Never give up, be all you are meant to be. I'll never give up my right to be happy. I'll never give up, it's my life for eternity. I'll never give up, 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 never give up.
Y'all say it, never give up, 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 never give up.
Never give up your right to be happy. Never give up, be all you are meant to be. I'll never give up my right to be happy. I'll never give up, it's my life for eternity. I'll never give up my right to be happy. I'll never give up, it's my life for eternity.
wonderful the picture. Now is the time to share the memory of Steve, So I would like to invite the family member first. Please come up and share the memory of Steve.
I cannot tell you. Well, first of all, I'm sorry, I should introduce myself. I'm Melissa Carlo, and I'm his niece by his older brother. Oh, okay. That's okay. I won't go into it now, but I just want to tell you that you are the people, good guy, that were a family to him. His family of origin is not very emotional and connected, and he was a person who emotionally connected, and you all provided that for him, and I'm so grateful. You have no idea. I actually hadn't seen him in almost 20 years. He was very close to my mother. My mother and him are kindred spirits and always have been, and he lived with us when I was a child, and I adored him. And then he disappeared for 20 years. I disappeared. I don't even know really what happened, and I found out he was sick and had no idea. And I went and saw him in the hospital. This was just in like March or April of this year. And when I saw him, he lit up like I was the person he was waiting forever to see. And I cannot tell you how good that feels. I don't think I've ever seen such a delight. It was like a grandchild, seeing grandma. And I just felt like, for me at least, I feel like there was a connection to Stephen that I had. And we picked up right where we left off. I mean, we talked about all kinds of things we'd never spoken about because the last time I saw him, I was generally a child. But, sorry. Oh, but one little story I wanted to tell you about was, Steve, when I came to see him, I had a blue piece of paper with a copy of an article from a newspaper that I somehow ended up with over the years, and I'd seen it a million times with a picture of him in the newspaper. And I just happened to bring it with me, and when I showed him the picture, he was like, "Oh my gosh, I've been looking for that. I've never been able to have seen that in years." He was so excited. So I decided to contact, it was with, he was in the San Francisco Chronicle back when there was one. And I was trying to find a hard copy for them, and because of some weird litigation, their files, you couldn't go, even if I was in San Francisco, I couldn't get them. And I spoke to a woman, and she was kind enough to send me the article, as well as the rest of it. It was only one page I had, and it was actually a 2-page article. But one of the first stories we talked about was just after, I don't know. Okay, so Harvey Milk, when he was assassinated and there was a trial, just after the trial there was a lot of violence. A lot of police violence, it was a horrific event. And he was living in San Francisco at that time. And so the next day, there were people out wearing shirts like no violence, and they just wanted to celebrate Harvey Milk. And Steve had his arm in a bandage, and like this. And I'm sorry you don't have the picture, I gave him the hard copy. He had his arm in a bandage like this, looking proud as he can in the newspaper, and his hair is like shoulder length and raggedy, like this ragamuffin full hair, which is an unusual thing for me. I hadn't seen him like that otherwise. And he's on the armband, it says, "Please, no violence, thank you." And this reporter stopped him, and they said, "Stephen Coleman setting the mood for today's, event." And he told me just recently, whenever I brought that to him, that actually what happened was the night before, he had been bitten by a poisonous spider, and he had to go to the emergency room because of his arm swelling and stuff. They had given him some injection to fix it, but he had to keep his arm somewhat level. And so that was the whole reason, although he hadn't really intended on dressing, or making that statement, but he already had it, so he was like, yeah, the reporter treated him like, "Oh, you're setting this tone, you're, making a point." And he was like, "Yeah, I got a spider actually, but I'm not going to say anything." But it was still, he loved the fact that he has a picture in the paper. And, so sorry, I'm trying to get a grip here. In the last, since I hadn't seen him in so long, I was visiting sometimes 2 or 3 times a week, and it kind of came and went, but when I was talking to him, he just brought that whole kindness and that love and that acceptance. I was just, every time you get a test result, I'd nag him about it. He'd be like, "It's okay, it's all right," and it drove me crazy. And I was like, "Aren't you worried about, And he was so calm, and it drove me nuts. And as we got to talking, and I would be frustrated about something, and we got to the point where I felt comfortable venting to him, he had this joy about him, and he would get me to feel, I would start thinking, why am I focusing on this negativity? And it's such a basic thing, but it really did change something for me personally. And that's a huge life-changing moment for someone who, for me, I don't know, it was for me. And even in the last few months, I kept, I was like, well, do you want to consider hospice, things like this, kind of serious discussions? And he was like, I'll be all right. I never saw him feel sorry for himself. He had such joy, and I know that it came from this group of friends. He's been a part of this, I don't know, for 30 plus years. He had a little bowl and a little, I'm sorry, I don't know what it's called. But he had that up in my house when he lived with us, and I just was like 7 years old and amazed, like, wow, what's he doing? I have no clue. But, it changed his life. He is so different, and I have to say, honestly, so much kinder and friendly and loving. He came from a family that was nothing like that, so he was an outcast, somewhat in his family. Fortunately, my mother was a crazy feminist, and I had the joy of knowing him with nothing good to say. And I'm sorry, I'm kind of rambling, so I'm going to stop now, but I just am so grateful to each of you that you came today to remember him, because I felt like no one was remembering him, and all of the joy and pleasure to remember him came through people like Pam. And, sorry. No, I remember it's Rita. Is it Rita Joy, right? Oh, thank you. And those were the only people who shared good memories of him with me. And when I hadn't seen him in 20 years and we became so close so quick, I just am so grateful that each of you had so many nice things to say and remembered and celebrated him. And I don't know how reincarnation works, but I'm expecting a grandson in 4 months, so who knows? Also, and I don't know what this means, but when I was here, I was holding this, I came with the prayer reeds that Stephen had when he passed, and they broke before we had beads on the floor up here. I was like, okay, I don't know what that means. Bubba, tell me. I called him Bubba, so anyways, I know I'm kind of just rambling on, but because it's difficult to express how much it matters to me that you guys came, and I knew it would to Stephen too. I'm just so grateful for each of you and all your hugs. I love your hugs and your warmth. Thank you so much for remembering him. Sorry.
Thank you so much for sharing the Steve's memory. Now, is anyone else want to share the memory of Steve? All right, please.